Hey everyone, welcome to the second video in my series of Eldritch Moon Limited review videos. Yesterday we looked at the best commons and uncommons in white, and today we're looking at my picks for the best commons and uncommons in black. Also, if you want some more tips about Limited, you should check out my list of top 10 things to do to succeed in any Limited format. There should be an annotation for that. Also, on top of that, you can also enter in my Eldritch Moon draft giveaway. There should also be an annotation for that. But let's go ahead and get started talking about what the best uncommons are in black. And for me, the best uncommon is probably Murder. You can see I have another card here, and we'll get to it. Murder is just simple. It's amazing removal. It does require double black, not the easiest card to splash, but it is unconditional. It can kill anything. And that's amazing. For 3 mana, that's great. It's a strong card. It's a strong card every time it's printed in Limited, and it's a strong card now. I do kind of wish they'd gone the no flavor text, simple box of rules text route with Murder that they've done with some other cards, but they didn't do that. But that's okay. Murder's still a strong card. But I think Ruthless Disposal could be better than Murder. I do think Murder's better right now, but I could see in a format like this one, Ruthless Disposal being pretty great. You pay 5 mana, you discard a card, and sacrifice a creature to give 2 creatures -13/-13. So it sounds like you're 3 for 2ing yourself, which isn't amazing. But I think it's a fine card, even without any amazing synergies, because you're probably killing your opponent's 2 best creatures. You're getting rid of, let's say, a land and your worst creature. On top of that, though, this thing has some stupid synergies in the format. It can be a madness outlet. It can let you discard things with madness. You can sacrifice creatures that have death triggers, which exist, and Ruthless Disposal can help you get Delirium really easily. It can, in fact, get pretty close to doing it all on its own. Sorcery goes in your graveyard, creature goes in your graveyard, and you discard a land. You're 3/4 of the way to Delirium. On turn 5, that may just mean, bam, you have Delirium. So it has a massive amount of synergy while also killing your opponent's creatures, and not exactly 3 for 2ing yourself because you can do some value things with it. I do think Ruthless Disposal is definitely at its best in a deck that can really take advantage of the synergies, whether they are Delirium or Madness. But I think it's a good card in any black deck. Right now, and I'm not 100% sure I'm right in saying this. As you all know, I'm doing this before the set has even come out. I'm not going to be right about everything. I usually do a pretty good job picking the cards, but right now I could see myself first picking Ruthless Disposal, which again sounds a little risky, but it's that strong. I would take Murder over it every time. But I would take Ruthless Disposal in a lot of packs, and I think that's why it's worth mentioning alongside Murder. So let's go ahead and talk about the best commons in black. So at black for common, I'm not entirely impressed with the depth of black at common for the most part. There's plenty of, well, actually I am impressed with the depth. What I mean to say is I'm not impressed with the power level of the commons. There's a lot of playable commons at black. In fact, I think most of them are, but there's not a lot that aren't amazing. And this list sort of shows you that. At number 3, I have Olivia's Dragoon. 2 mana, 2/2 with some upside. In the late game, it can start flying over. But it also has the great synergy of A, being a vampire, which is great. B, letting you do things with madness, which vampires do a lot of in this format. And it also helps you get Delirium if that's a relevant thing. Skursdag's Supplicant is another sort of, like Olivia's Dragoon, it's a card you play most of the time, most likely if you're in black. Actually, Olivia's Dragoon you probably play every time if you're in black. Skursdag's Supplicant, the same. But I think it's a little bit better because it itself can sort of represent a win condition of sorts. It's also a cheap madness outlet, just like the Dragoon, and it can sort of be a source of inevitability while it slowly kills your opponent while also having a decent body for its cost. And at number 1, I have Boon of Emrakul. I think this is supposed to be the sort of premium black removal spell, and I think that's what it is. I kind of look at it like as Touch of the Void from a few sets ago. 3 mana, it can kill something with 3 toughness. That's a fine deal, but it has another added bonus of being an enchantment that if it kills something, goes to your graveyard, and getting an enchantment in your graveyard is sometimes hard to do with Delirium, although we also have Dead Weight and Shadows over Innistrad. But I think those are the 3 best commons. I could see a lot of things sort of shifting around as to what the best commons are, especially once we start playing the format, but sort of in a vacuum, and knowing what synergies we have to play with based on Shadows over Innistrad. I think that these are the 3 best black commons. What do you think are the best black commons and uncommons? Did I get them right? Did I get them wrong? You should let me know in the comments. Also, if you want to make sure that you catch the rest of my Eldritch Moon Limited review videos, you should make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching.